Yo, 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 how are we, people? Just waiting for everyone to get on, get the music rocking. It's Friday, it's your weekend. Let's get excited. I know I'm excited, you get excited. Good to have you on. How are you, Coco? Good to haven't seen you for a round. Sister Feeder, how are you? Just saw your message, going to be getting back to you. How are we all going? We have to get the tunes pumping. It is Friday. Good afternoon, how are we? As when I used to do like DJing, and as Mr. Ryan Fester knows, I used to be called DJ S.E.X. You don't want to know the story. Alright, good to have everyone on. Everyone is nice and early. Awesome. As we just get the mood up a little bit, we'll give it a few more minutes. Matty G, just give me what I want. I want a thumbs up, but more importantly, in one word, explain and express how you're feeling. There he goes, Mr. Hollywood himself. So yeah, just in one word, just explain, just put up how are you feeling? What are you experiencing right now? Angry. You're angry, feeder. Get you out of my... Come on, life's too short to be angry. Powerful. Sandy, how are you? Pump, that's better. There we go. How good's the song? I'll send you the link, Coco. I've been running around naked, dancing to it all morning. I just can't get you out of my head. Alrighty. No, not angry. Oh, good, good. Unwell. What has Kylie said? Unwell, but still positive. I love it. That's it. Positive. Just waiting for the crew to be on. Just driving. Mr. Tung, how are you? How are you, bro? We have to catch up. Are you in Melbourne at the moment, or where are you? Love to catch up with the weekend to myself. Just going to be getting the workshop ready. Awesome. So, people, how the F are we? So, I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of, experiments myself, get your mind out of the gutter, and there's a really big link up with sex and success, yeah? And I always say success equals what, yeah? And it's obviously the abbreviation of sex. Sex equals what? So I'm no sex coach or sex therapist. We all practice sex. But what I want to tell you about, without getting in the wrong way with this, and away from the jokes, that there is a proven fact with good sex and success. Where the similation comes, or where the similarities connect to, it is that successful people have strategies, they have feelings, and they have a consciousness towards their goals. Yeah. So it's like this: to have sex, or to want to feel sexy or be in the mood for sex, you have to be sexually aroused, yeah? So that's the same as success. You need to have emotional connection to your goal, or you won't get there. You need to have emotional connection to your partner, or you won't be in the mood. You getting it? So let's break it down a little bit. So if someone hasn't had sex, well, sorry, I can't help you here. That you understand that, as human beings, sex is a ceremony. And it's a very strong connection. It can be lust. There's a very strong connection of love, and obviously love being the strongest feeling. That when you can simulate success into your success and success into your sex, things start to get sexy. Yeah. So this is how it rolls. That when you're feeling sexy, women and men, you feel confident, you feel convicted, you feel drawn, you feel powerful, yeah? You feel comfortable in your own skin. So when you feel sexy, when you feel confident, when you feel convicted, when you feel comfortable in your own skin, do you think you can walk through walls? Of course you can, but that's a higher consciousness, and you are actually vibrating at a higher level when you are feeling sexy. So if you want to attract the opposite sex, there's someone that you go out and you're feeling great in your little tight white or black dress, whatever, and guys, you're in your t-shirt, you're looking pretty buff. That's the same similarity, and that's the same ceremony and the attraction that you do towards your goals, because successful people have a lot of energy, but they are obsessed and they connect in an emotion towards their goals. Yeah. So when you are wanting to, when you are having sex, you're feeling comfortable as you. You're experiencing someone else's body. The emotions are going through, but in that moment, you are feeling you. You're feeling connected with yourself. And obviously, you're experiencing someone else. You're feeling there's no, limiting beliefs. There's no, can I do it or not? You just let yourself go. And it's the same as success, that when you are just comfortable with yourself, when you are feeling pleasurable, when you are positive, when you're having mind orgasms, literally, but when you are just letting everything go and saying, you know what, I'm experiencing this, I'm not going to worry about how I look or how I feel, I'm just going to go, and just there's no resistance. If you can operate like that in success, change is flow and flow is change. If you go into something with that confidence, with being sexy, feeling convicted, feeling good within yourself, that's the same flow and understanding that there's no limiting beliefs, there's no self-sabotage, there's no, should I do it? And what happens is you place the intent and then the rest will happen. That's the same as having sex. That sometimes even, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but sometimes even having sex, you black out in a good way. You become unconscious confident, like you become in a trance. And then all of a sudden you finish, you're like, geez, what happened? And that's the same. That's because you come unconscious confidence and you're in the moment and you get out of your head and you come into your heart and then the magic happens, yeah? Are we all getting this? Is this all making sense? Geez, I didn't see everybody. How are we all? I didn't even see everyone that was on here because the comments haven't been coming up. So it's a really big understanding that, women, when you feel sexy, just let me get out. Women, when you feel sexy, the world looks different, doesn't it? People look different. You experience the world differently. When you're comfortable within your body, you feel fantastic. And guess what? Do you find that you attract a lot of the opposite sex opportunities? You have more motivation. That's because you're in that sexual energy. Call it sexual, call it confidence, call it conviction. I don't like using the word confidence, convicted. That's when things really start to, and again, I'll say sexy because you're not worrying about if I look good. You're not worrying about, you're not hesitating. You're not in self-sabotage. You're not, should I do that? No. That's how you're operating. And that's when you're having sex, when you're in that ceremony of experiencing another person's body, their energy, their taste, their smell, and you just let yourself free. You enjoy the moment. That's the same roundabout what you need to assimilate in success to achieving your goals. That you don't want to worry about, can I do it? You want to about, geez, do I look good enough? You go and be in that ceremony, that tango of you and that energy to achieve your goals, the same as having sex. Let's turn it back a little bit, okay? So when we're desiring sex, when you're desiring a partner or your partner, your wife or a girlfriend, obviously I'm talking from guys here, and or there's someone that you like, what's predominantly on your mind, men and women? Sex. Yeah, and that's the forefront of your mind. That you're focusing on that. Let's flip that down and change sex with success. Yeah. So let's be honest. We're all. If you go to the gym and everyone's buffed up and the chicks are there and the guys are there and the guys are big dudes and the girls are walking around, naturally you are sexually attracted. That's just what it is. Opposite to sex. It's the polarity energy. You are normally, and that makes you feel what? Does it make you feel good? it's just that energy. Maybe it's just that attraction. Yeah. So if you can simulate that same thing of when you see, a hot-looking chick or a hot-looking guy, then what does that bring out in you? It brings out a motivation. It brings out a positive. It brings out a bit of a oomph. Yeah. It feels good. It's like you actually start to feel alive again, and you know that energy and that similarity. You can use that same similarity for success. That you want to make love to your goals. You are so attracted to your goals that you will hold yourself in that energy of that your goals wanting to be attracted to you as you would be with another human. Yeah? You getting it? So, because I'm not going to give you around. We all know when we've wanted to have sex or so-called being, without, I don't want to get into the gutter, but horny, but you feel like you're alive. You feel like you want to grow. You feel like, hey, look, I'm feeling fantastic. And you can use that same feeling of when you want to have sex or when you are so-called horny. You feel alive as a human. You feel like, you know what, I'm just going to be able to go and get these goals. That's the same of having that emotional connection towards your goals, towards your reason of being, what I was teaching yesterday. The ikigai is the Japanese meaning of reason of being. And ladies, when you are feeling sexy, when you are feeling appreciated, when you are having sex with the right partner and it's amazing, how do you feel? How do you feel? You feel unbelievable. You have, of course, orgasms. You go, oh my God, how does the world feel? How does the world feel after that? You feel like you're high. The adrenaline, the neuroephedrine, the serotonin. You're floating on cloud nine. You can simulate that without having sex throughout your day. So I'll ask you something. Once you're having that interaction or intercourse with another person, do you imagine being in that state and focusing on achieving your goals in that state, in that feeling? Fuck, how magical is that? And I was doing a bit of research, and obviously with my partner, a bit of experimental, and it's like, after you feel that, or after you have sex, and then you go and participate or go and do some work, and all of a sudden it's just, boom, 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 and you're in this state and this energy, and it's not work. It's just, whoa, this is powerful. So I've thought about it, and I've taught it to my people before, and I taught it on my online course. I've actually taught it in the retreats as well. So I said, no, I want to simulate this, because when we're feeling down, do we want to have sex? When we're not feeling, we're not feeling sexy, or we're feeling down, depressed, do we want to have sex? No way. Are we going to achieve our goals? No way. Do we want to execute or be positive and grow? No way. So when you are creating that amazing feeling, that ceremony of expanding and having amazing sex, you are also expanding and growing you as a person. Because look, I'm only talking from my experience. That's, when you're a little boy, and it's like you see a young girl, then when you get into puberty, the only thing that's on your mind is sex and girls. Yeah? Or if you like the same sex, it doesn't matter. Everything is perfect and accepted. I've got a lot of gays in my family, and it's just perfect. So understanding that, what normally happens, what you focus on expands. Yeah? And what you focus on, you get. So this is what I want you to remember. Most people, that when you're having amazing sex, you're making love, you can call it making love, because look, let's be honest, the lust and just two bodies like that, they're not really, that's not going to create you that longevity. That's just basically a quick band-aid fill, and then, okay, oh, yep, I've had my pleasure. But I'm talking about real love, I'm talking about real sex and that connection. That when you're feeling there's no limitations, there's no self-sabotage, there's no limiting beliefs, there's no insecurities. That's the word I was looking for before. There's no insecurities. That you're just letting yourself go. You're flowing with the moment. You're feeling amazing, you're connected, and your feelings are through the roof with this partner, and you're in this love ceremony. That's the same ceremony without having sex that you can apply towards your goals in your life. Because if you're in that same state, and you're in that same certainty, if you're feeling so amazing and you're achieving those goals, guess what? The journey of achieving those goals is the most important bit. And this is where people get it wrong. They feel like it has to be hard, because the journey from here to where you need to go, and from this time you start before you have sex and through you have sex. The journey is everything. Yes, you get to the end, you have a climax, and that's the same as the journey. And let me say something to you all. While you're having sex, if the journey isn't fantastic, you're not going to have an orgasm. Yeah, and I don't want to say I'm rude or anything. I'm just being very honest. And the same as when you're doing, obviously going through in your business, if the journey isn't there, you're not going to get you to your desired outcomes. And that's the exact same thing. If you're not having great sex and the journey's not right, if you're not in the right frame of mind, if you aren't believing yourself, if you aren't letting go, if you're too stuck in your head, you don't have an orgasm. For women. Yeah, men, they just 2 seconds. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean to be rude. I'm being a bit humorous here. But that's the same as success. If you start and then you're like, oh, it's not that, and you're stuck in your head and the journey's not that great, you're not going to get your final destination, which the same as sex is that orgasm, yeah? You're not going to get that. So, people are walking around, sometimes they might be feeling down, but then they get into their sexual energy. But what I want you to replicate and what I want you to simulate is when you have been in that love, felt sexy, felt confident in your bodies, and just surrendered yourself to that other human and had that ceremony of love, how powerful, how free, and how unstoppable you felt as a human being. Yeah? And it's just that, it's that exchange of energy. It's the emotional connection. When you're feeling like that and you're sitting there and you're doing that and you can just maybe stop, how does the world look? You're concentrating just on that activity that there is no outside scatter. There's no outside there's none of that, yeah? And how magical is that? What about if we can simulate that and put that into our everyday lives of feeling aroused, feeling sexy, feeling confident, no limiting beliefs, feeling okay with our body, feeling certain, out of our head into our heart, and following our desired outcomes, because the journey we need to get there, otherwise you're not going to get the orgasm or the desired outcomes. Yeah? If you can simulate that, then life gets very, very comfortable, and it gets very sexy and safe. Yeah? I won't use the word comfortable. I was going to say things just start rolling out, like you need to be always growing. So that's what I want you to remember, that when successful people have massive, massive emotional connection towards their goals, and that is always on their mind. It's the same as sex. You need emotional connection or you're not going to get aroused. You're not going to do it. Or what? You do it and you don't enjoy it and you feel worse. Yeah? And if you do meaningless sex, you're just doing the do. It's just physical. It's not spiritual or emotional. And it's the same as success. If you do success and you're not connected to it and you're just doing meaningless tasks, you're creating wants and haves, not moments and experiences. And that's the same as sex. If you create wants and haves, it won't be great sex, and it will just be the do, and it will just be, oh, what a waste of time, yeah? Oh, it will just be physical, and physical only lasts as a band-aid. And that's the same as success as well. Do you see the links and similarities? There's so many that you can still link that with that band-aid and physical, because if you're just doing physical in success, that's more monetary. That's more just buying materialistic things. They only last and give you a feeling for a certain time, and then you want to get rid of them. They don't give you that sustainability. They don't make you full. And that's the same as having empty sex. But once you can really get down and you get into your reason of being and you understand that you're doing it with massive emotional connection, with congruency, with conviction. You're just being free. You're being vulnerable. You're not worrying how your body looks. You're not worrying, oh, geez, I'm too fat, or turn the lights off. You are just being you. And when you be you and someone else is appreciating you being you, appreciating your body, appreciating your taste, appreciating whatever, it is magical. It is magical. You feel so alive. You feel so free. You feel so strong. And we all know that. And that's the same of that simulation. Take it in to achieving your goals in your life. When you want to be vulnerable, but you want to be strong, you want to be convicted, you want to have massive emotional connection. You always want to be, it's not that, it's this. If you know, some people, they plan, well, when you get home, we'll have sex when you get up, and then we'll plan to have sex when you get back, like a fucking robot. And I'm like, how can you do that? Well, Cook, we do it like two rabbits. All right, at 6 o'clock, come on, come in the bedroom. That's not right. And that's not right for success as well. So Success, you're not chasing your goals, it becomes you. That is your lifestyle. You become what you desire. I'll say that again. You become what you desire. You know what you want. And that's the same thing. You don't just go to your missus or to your man, all right, look, it's 6 o'clock, let's jump in the room, we'll do it for 15 minutes, then we'll go and take the kids out. But some people do that. That is so fucking wrong. You're a robot. And do you think that you will be vulnerable? Do you think that you'll be free in that moment of having that love ceremony and that, of that exchange of energy, body fluids, whatever you want to say? No, it's fake. It's false. It's too limited. It becomes too blocky. And you have to remember, and I want to take you there again, women and men, that when you are feeling appreciated, when it's not just bang, 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 when it's not just, body to body, when it's not physical, when you're feeling love, you're feeling appreciated, you're feeling confident, you're appreciating another, that's what the world needs. Because who's appreciating? Not many people appreciate other people. Not many people love other people. Not many people, have that respect. But when you're having that ceremony, people, you need to anchor that. So what I need is remember that, anchor that, capture that moment, and bring that into your everyday life of getting up. So guess what, guys? I'll talk to you boys for a minute. I want to ask you something. Getting up in the morning and having morning sex, how good do you feel throughout the day? Yeah, and it's ladies as well, but I'm just saying, men to men talk for a minute. You feel fantastic. The reason why you feel fantastic, yes, it's all the scientific, whatever, release of this, that, orgasm, serotonin, all that stuff. But more importantly, you've had that, you've broke down your barriers. You've had that, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be naked. I'm going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to experience my woman, or, ladies, your man. And you're doing that. You're letting down all the boundaries for the rest of the day. And if you do that, yes, you're feeling that it's just sex. But once you let down all the barriers and you've had that morning sex, the rest of the day, you go on your way. That's a great way to start the day. Yes, again, I'll say the scientific levels, because yes, you are orgasming. Yes, you are, letting the serotonin, neuroephedrine, the adrenaline, all that stuff. You feel fantastic. But more importantly, it's you feeling comfortable, as you feeling convicted, doing the do, having that interaction with your partner. But more importantly, it's the feeling, it's the touch, and it's the love and energy. You're firing off that inferno. Then throughout the day, you can still replicate that without having sex with anyone, obviously, but you can still replicate that in your goals, yeah? So when you think about it, and when you need to understand about moving forward and having that conviction, that you want to know that your goals, you're not working towards them, you become them. You're constantly focusing on them. You need to have the same connection you want with your partner as you have with your goals. Otherwise, it will be a tiresome journey, and most people, it will be hard. They'll get confused. The confused mind or overwhelmed mind does nothing and says no. And then at the end, it will just be like you're doing the do because it's just for it. Let's just have a quickie. And it's only, you're doing. So this is what it is. I want you to get this. In life, unfortunately, the non-successful people are doing meaningless activity, so they think that they're doing something right and it's security. Hey, I put a post up. I am working towards my goals. So then that keeps them from facing where they need to be and what they really need to do. And that's like, I am working towards my goals. Don't say goals or dreams. Go back to sleep if you want to about dreams. Desired outcomes. This is my life. You become your desired outcomes. But people put themselves in a position and they know they don't really want that. They're just doing it. So they're going, oh, I'm working towards something. That's the same as sex. That you go in there and it's just like, some women, of course, because it's different. It's like some women just, I have really shit sex with my husband. I'm like, what are you having sex for? Oh, to keep him happy. And so what, are you enjoying? Oh, no, I just sort of sit there and I'm like, that's the same what people do in success. Oh, I'm just doing it for keeping someone else happy. No, and that's called a job as well. You're in it just to make someone else money, to keep someone else happy. Do you know what I'm saying? So you just don't do it with that. You don't give yourself up to anyone because of just to keep them happy. You need to remember that with that connection of what you're doing that is a sacred ceremony. That is a sacred understanding that you are giving yourself up to somebody, and the emotional connection. And if you don't have that emotional connection, you don't have that climax. That's the same as success, people. So you want to be getting up, already programmed, focus on your day, knowing how you're going to get there, massive emotional connection. You're not creating, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to do this, or I want to start my own business. No, it needs to go deeper. What is your reason of being? What is the emotional connection? And more importantly, when you have that emotional connection in the mood like you are in sex, you're going to have the desired outcome, because you're going to be gravitated towards your goals. But the emotional connection is so strong, you're going to feel great. The journey's going to be great. The same as having sex. When you are so horny, or when you are so worked up and you're so aroused, that you will, because you do get the orgasm easy. It feels fantastic. You get to your goal a lot quicker. And then again, that's the same as success, because you are in the right state, in the right energy. You get your goals easy and effortless, quickly, bang, you get what you want. Yeah? Massive, massive connection it is. Success, and I always say, success equals what? Firstly, you need to understand what is success equaling for you. What does it? And again, what does sex mean to you? Is it just something that you're just, sex to me is... no, hold on a minute. When you go deep, when you start appreciating your partner, when you start appreciating your partner's body, that interaction, going deep, really understanding, connecting at a cellular level, connecting with that energy, connecting not just on a physical level, you will just see when they talk about, tantra and going, on a higher cosmic journey, that is something that you go, wow, and you experience multiple, yeah? And you can have the same of that. You can have success orgasms by hitting your little benchmarks, because if you're in a job, you're not emotionally invested in it. It's called security. You become a robot. It's just now to pay the bills. If you're basically just having sex with someone that you're not emotionally connected with, it's basically physical, and it feels, you might as well not do it. And they are both the same, yeah? Is everyone understanding this? Is this making sense? Do you agree or you disagree? Need to get the tunes back on, everyone's falling asleep. Who have we got on? So, as you can see, and it's another one, it's a big thing as well, and people that create that emotion or create that good sex, they're normally good at sport, they're normally good at creating goals, because they have that same similarity, or they have that same strategy, they have the same disciplines as well. And it's really important that people that can create that know to have that same ceremony of feeling comfortable with themselves, looking good with their body, being able to share that energy with another. When you can replicate that, when you can put that into success, that you are comfortable in yourself, that you are driven towards the emotion, that you can feel that, then you'll go towards your goals and you will find the right resources. Nothing will stop you. You will keep moving forward and you will eventually achieve your goal. That is very, very similar to the same thing, again, of having sex with the right partner, getting it better, having that connection, feeling free, understanding. Because if you're not sure of yourself, and you don't feel comfortable, do you think that you're going to give yourself fully to your partner when you're having, that interaction? No. If you're not sure of yourself in success, are you going to be functioning at your full potential? No, you aren't. Is it the journey going to be great? No. Are you going to get your desired outcomes? No. Having sex, is the whole process going to feel great? Are you going to have your so-called orgasm? You aren't. So this is where a lot of people need to understand. And that's why I say, is your sex life, is it non-existent? How is your success looking? Yeah? Look, don't get me wrong. There's some so-called successful, let me say that again. There's people that are making money that will, some people that they do that, and the sex that they have is just for the void. It's not great. But more importantly, they're not really successful. They're making monetary, yeah? So they might have money, but they're empty. And guess what? That sex would just be for sex. It wouldn't be deep. It wouldn't be, most of those people are probably single or whatever. You know, you see some of these rich guys and they get prostitutes, yeah? That's not deep sex, that's lust. And that's not deep success, that's just a band-aid. Yeah? So people that chase money are empty. People that, you know, have the money that are empty have lust. It's not love. It doesn't go deep. But people that have love and goes deep, they normally are fulfilled in what they're doing in their journey and their process, yeah? For the ikigai, what they love, their passion and their mission. It's very important. You know, I was teaching this yesterday to my team. So understand that. If you're working on your sex life, then don't just do it because it's just being a physical thing and you just want to, you know, guys, you just want to, without sounding rude, you just want to throw one in. It's like, no, hold on a minute. I want to get great at pleasuring my partner. I want to get great of having that ceremony, of feeling comfortable with me, of being that interaction of energy, being in that interaction of love. Understanding that, oh my God, the world just stops because I get out of my head and I'm in my heart. And you're having that and you're making that your partner feel amazing. The whole journey's great, and then boom. Then stop and see how you feel throughout the world. Anchor that, capture that moment. And if you replicate that every day of understanding that, you know what, I can do this. I am enough. Look, I'm comfortable being naked on this path of success. I don't need to look to anyone else to fill that hole. The journey's going to be fantastic. I am not working towards something. I am my goals. Do you know, I'm working at pleasuring the moment. I want to make it fun. I want to make it enjoyable, because if it isn't, I'm not going to get my final orgasm, the desired outcome. Yeah? And that's exactly what it's about. Putting yourself in the right state, having that, connecting with that same feeling, bringing that feeling from having sex, feeling that certainty, feeling belonging, loving yourself, feeling great in your own skin, not understanding, and then you know that someone else is appreciating you. You know, men want to be appreciated, women want to be understood. Yeah, that's the number one values of polarity. But then you can go deeper with that. And knowing that someone else is appreciating you, someone else is, you know, you're pleasuring someone else, that is the exact same thing as when you are in success. That you know people are appreciating you, you're appreciating them, you are finding voids for them, you are, you know, pleasuring them, not sexually, but in success, you're pleasuring them in ways of filling voids and giving them value, yeah? And it's very strong. That you see that people that have really strong sex lives, people that are very sexually active but in the right way, not with lust, not a band-aid, have that amazing strategy in their success strategies, really to be able to push forward, and that really keeps them moving forward, and they have amazing results. Yeah, you know, I was sitting down. I remember when I was living in Bali, I was sitting around. There was a few yoga teachers, spiritual leaders, business people, and the rest of that. And we're all talking, and they were just bang, their sex life was just getting thrown around the table. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, geez, they're pretty open about this. And the reason why they're open about it, because that was the key. They were saying that sex is the key. The right sex and that ceremony is the key to unlocking your success strategies and having that path. Because if you're comfortable, if you're enjoying the process, if you're comfortable in your own skin, you're loving that ceremony, it feels great. When it feels great, time goes quicker. When it feels great, guess what? You want to do more of it, and you get more belief, and you do more of it, and you get more belief, and you take more action. You have a higher consciousness, and off you go. I want to quickly leave you with this as well. When someone is having sex, or when you're having sex, do you realize, you know, in that moment, it's only you and that person when it's deep, and nothing else matters. You're so fixated on what you're doing, and then it's an amazing experience. If you replicate that, because your consciousness is with that person and you're having that exchange, if you replicate that in your success, that's called focus. That's called momentum. That's called just worrying about where you're going, and you become that, not worrying about, oh, I'll do this and I'll do that. Because that's what happens. People fail in success because their mind wanders, they get distracted, their energy goes somewhere else. So look, think about this. When you're having sex, kids knock on the door and you're, oh shit, you know, it just breaks your state. Well, how do people function every day? Okay, I'm doing my success. Someone knocks on the door, not really, but they go, hey, you have to do this. Oh shit, what was it? And you forget what you do, or you do the little jobs before you do the big ones. It's the exact same thing, guys. Yeah. So And that's what, go back, people that just got on now, it makes a lot of sense. Work on your sex life. If you have that hot, passionate, real sex where you can be vulnerable, where your emotional connection is through the roof, when your spiritual connection is through the roof, when you know you're enough, because if you aren't, you're going to hold back and you're not going to be able to have that sexual interaction. And guess what? You won't have your final climax. In success, if you feel like are they going to want me, or just do I hold back, or so on and so forth, if you aren't moving forward, if you aren't growing, if you aren't being vulnerable right now, in that you're not going to get the goal and you're not going to get to your final outcome because you're holding back. And guess what? When you resist, you get stuck in your head. You don't have your orgasm, it's forced. When you get stuck in your head, you're not in your heart, you're going to be making it up, and you're going to be creating wants and haves, not moments and experiences. Okay, guys, I hope this added some value. Go practice that on the weekend. Go practice making that amazing love, and at the same time, having that ceremony, taking that certainty, taking that sexiness, taking that feeling I am enough, and that spiritual being of feeling alive. Take that into your everyday life. Sex in the morning is the great thing. It's a great routine to get you going, moving forward. And like I said, if you're not in the mood, you're not going to orgasm. If you're not in the mood, you're not going to get success. Very simple, okay? Awesome, guys. Thank you. Hope some people go, oh, geez, that was a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I kept it very classy, so to speak, because that's where it needs to go. So thank you. Appreciate it. Have an amazing weekend. Everyone that's coming down to the workshop, I want to just say thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing what we're doing as well. We're almost sold out, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to maybe even need to get a bigger room. So it's 22nd, the social identity, creating the right identity you need to become to achieve your goals. 2 days of subconscious reprogramming. I'm going to be teaching abilities, going to be teaching about consciousness, teaching about NLP, programming, your reason of being, having a purpose, finding your power, so on and so forth. So 2 days, the 22nd, and the Bali retreat is going to be absolutely fantastic. Claire goes, damn, I missed half of this. Morning is a great sex. Yes, it is a great start of the day. Of course it is. There's nothing wrong. We're speaking the truth there. Beautiful. So go back, watch it, take some notes, share it with anyone, share it with your partner that really needs a bit of a sexual alignment. And like I said, go and practice this. You can even know. I'm just giving you recommendations for my life and my love, and go and rock it out. So success equals what? And remember, sex is the ceremony which you apply to success, and it will get you to your final desired outcomes and final desired orgasms. All right, guys, take care. Have an amazing day. As I said, I'm Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength and the truth. And like I said, thank you. I appreciate everyone's support for the 22nd at the workshop, and everyone that's coming to Bali on August the 7th to the 12th. If anyone wants any details, send me an inbox now. There you go. You're already sending me inboxes there. Have a great day. Any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the next hour. Take care, guys. Practice this. Bye.